Are you going for promotions and not getting anywhere? And does management keep moving that goalpost on you? Look, after having worked in big tech, gaming, and consulting, we have heard this story many times before.
But there's a better way to expand your opportunities, and it's not by chasing promotions. In this video, we'll cover why chasing promotions can stifle real growth, why chasing growth of options works better, and how you can set yourself up for success to do so.
And if you stick around, we'll share personal stories of what's worked for us in our careers at Google, Oracle, PwC, and more. I'm Stephanie, AI product leader and creator.
And I'm Bertrand, founder of App Economy Insights. There are a lot of reasons why you want a promotion: better pay, higher title, and more responsibility and leadership opportunities.
And look, all of that is great. You should absolutely do those things. After all, most humans have an innate need to progress in some way.
But going for promotions, especially while at a large or rigid organization, can lead to changing expectations, work you might not be passionate about anymore, and changes in conditions that are totally outside of your control that make it harder to get that promotion.
Yeah, and I can share one example of a friend at a major tech company. So he's been a senior data scientist for several years, and in the midst of each year, the company would dangle his chance at a promotion, then he'd hunker down and completely crush his goals, only to find out that the expectations changed. On top of that, his manager changed 3 times, and he experienced a massive reorg where half the data scientists got new titles and the expectations changed again. So this past year, he refocused on new required skills in ML. It was great personal growth, but when you're on this hamster wheel for 4 years, upping your game with little recognition, it just gets exhausting, especially when the company keeps hiring from outside instead of within to promote. And we've seen this with the great resignation in tech for this very reason. Does this sound familiar to you?
Well, there are other reasons why chasing promotions could hinder career growth. It might limit the time and energy you can invest in developing new skills. It can lead to burnout and dissatisfaction or a tough work-life balance for a long time. It might limit you from exploring different roles or side hustles that could give you a higher growth potential and keep you in demand on the market.
So if you don't go for promotions, then what do you do then? So we're not saying going for promotions is a bad thing. I've gone for promotions several times and have gotten them, and it's super rewarding. It does lead to pay increases, and I'm still proud of what it took to get them. But when I stopped chasing them, I pivoted several times from sales engineering to developer relations to product management. And with each pivot, I had to take on new projects, responsibilities, and even side hustles. But it brought me new skills, collaborators, and mentors that led to even bigger opportunities, more pay, and new career paths that I never considered.
So what we're saying is don't chase promotions at all costs. It can prevent you from taking on risks that could result in personal and professional growth and a bigger upside later.
If you've read Algorithms to Live By, you have heard of the concept of explore versus exploit. It's a trade-off in decision-making. So exploitation is choosing the best option based on your current knowledge of the system, while exploration is trying out new options that could lead to better outcomes. So let's just say you take the same path home from work. You know it well, and you even know when you can take a rolling stop at a stop sign. Now that's exploit, and that's kind of like your current career path and role.
But one day, you decide to veer off path and you explore, and you suddenly realize this new path home is faster, or maybe you get a bit lost the first time, but you realize later it's a better path with an even better view, but you wouldn't have known unless you one day decided to switch things up.
Yeah, so exploiting means putting in all you got, becoming the best at it, and getting the most out of it, while exploring means taking an unknown risk. Maybe the new path means pivoting into a new role or a company or going to a new startup. And this is basically a classic risk versus reward scenario.
Before we share our ways to grow your future options and chance of success, if you like what we're doing on this channel, click the subscribe button.
It may not seem like much, but it really helps our videos be discovered for us to keep bringing you content around tech, business, and personal growth. Okay, and then there's this concept of luck scenarios. So in the book, Chase, Chance, and Creativity, The Lucky Art of Novelty, there are 4 types of luck: blind luck, luck from motion, luck from awareness, and luck from uniqueness.
Blind luck is out of your control, where you're born, how much money you inherit, things like that.
Now, luck from motion is a result of your motion. Your hustle, energy, and motion that you're putting out into the world brings you connections, high visibility projects, or new opportunities, and there are rippling effects down the line.
Luck from awareness refers to the idea that sometimes what we perceive as luck is actually the result of being deeply knowledgeable and aware in a particular field. A deep knowledge can create opportunities that most would miss. Navala Ravikant summarized this by saying you become very good at spotting luck.
Now, luck from uniqueness is luck that comes to you because you bring something unique to the table, like being at the forefront of multimodal generative AI research way before it was cool, and then founders and CEOs come to you with opportunities.
If you're aiming for real career growth, don't just blindly go after promotion. Instead, think of each year as a chance to unlock luck potential, growth of options in the future. Ask yourself, which of the 2 paths is more likely to lead me to getting lucky? What allows me to build luck from motion, awareness, or uniqueness? At the end of the day, luck is really when the right work meets opportunity.
Okay, so let's just say you decide the promotion is the right path. Well, how can you increase your chances of actually getting it? So recently I saw a post that reads, tech promotions are 10% luck, 20% about your technical ability, and 70% about observing what is rewarded and doing that, usually leadership and delivery. Most people over-index on the tech or rationalize the reason that they haven't been promoted as being lucky. Really, most people should work on observing what is rewarded and just doing that.
I agree. Don't blindly do the same work you've been doing. Watch what management and the business truly values. Here are a few tips from our experience. Number 1 is doing good work does not automatically lead to success. Instead, do the right work for the business and for yourself. Find that sweet spot between your personal priorities, skills growth, and the need for the team. This is hard to achieve and shift all the time, but try. Document it, make sure people know about it and the role you played, and have regular, open and honest conversations about professional growth and performance with your manager.
Number 2, take calculated risks. So it's not always about pivoting and jumping ship, but in my past roles, I have proposed ideas to other teams that we don't normally work with, and it's what really led to my most rewarding and highly visible projects. And taking risks outside of work is also what led us to launch this channel. Even if you're not an entrepreneur, you know when you're plateauing in your career and you need a new stretch goal.
Number 3, don't put your career on autopilot. The only thing that are certain in life, death, taxes, and performance reviews. Monthly in advance, plan a risk mitigation strategy, write specific goals, keep track of your work and praise you receive, keep a tight relationship with your manager, and get endorsement from people in higher positions. Don't wait until 2 weeks before your review to assess yourself. It's too late by then to do meaningful work to fill in gaps and get the ratings you want.
And number 4, change is the only constant. You either plan for it or you just get rolled right under it. Most often these changes, like a new manager or a reorg, are forced upon you. So identify what you're still good at and use it as a mental anchor. And then just stop doing things of no value in the new environment. So when my friend's team pivoted to solely focus on ML and AI, he embraced it head on and just identify what's valuable in the post-change world and start making plans to start doing those things.
Sure, getting that promotion can be a big deal with higher pay. And that's important, but that's not the only validation for growth. Sometimes you get higher long-term ROI by taking on a fresh project or diving into a completely new role.
So when you are weighing that promotion over a new path, just ask yourself, which choice will open up the most new doors for you?